Okay, this is going to be a Q&A. Test number one at 120 words a minute. Proper names are Jesse Castro, Mr. Chang, Jesse D. Fisher, D. La Cumbra, Tienda Castro. 120. Did you prepare a police report stating that you went to see Jesse Castro last week?
I didn't state that in a report, but I told Mr. Chang that on the phone.
When did you tell Mr. Chang that you had seen Jesse?
The morning after I went to see him, I reported back to Mr. Chang.
Did you make a written report of that?
No, I didn't.
Why did you not make a written report?
I didn't feel that it was necessary.
Showing you what has been marked Defendant's E, is that one of the two photos you showed to Jesse Castro last week?
It's one of the two I showed him.
Did you show Jesse Castro photos of other people as well?
Yes, I did.
Do you know what day of the week it was when you showed them to him?
Yes, it was last Thursday.
Was the other photo you showed him of D. Fisher?
Yes, it was.
Was it a photo of D. Fisher the night he was arrested?
Yes, it was.
Was it different than the first photo you showed him of D. Fisher?
Yes, it was a photo of D, but taken at a different angle.
How many photos of other suspects did you show him?
There were 6 in the photo lineup.
What, if anything, did you tell him before you showed him those photos?
I told him we were preparing to go to trial in the case, and I wanted to know if he had any questions.
All right. Did you show him both of the photos of D at the same time?
Yes,
Do you recall where you were when you showed him the photos?
yes, I do.
Where were the two of you when you showed them to him?
We were at his uncle's store.
The name of that store is La Cumbra. Is that right?
It used to be, but they changed the name of it when they bought it.
What is the current name of the store?
Now it's called Tienda Castro.
When you showed Jesse Castro the two photos of D. Fisher, what did he say or do, if anything?
He looked at all of them and then he picked out the ones of D. Fisher.
Now, you indicated that defendant's A is a photo of Mr. Fisher also. Is that right?
Yes,
Is that what he looked like when you interviewed him on the 17th?
yes.
Do you have any knowledge as to when this other picture was taken of Mr. Fisher?
No, I don't know.
Do you have any knowledge as to the age of this person?
I'm not sure.
To your knowledge, have you ever spoken with the person that is depicted in this photograph?
Yes, I have.
Do you have any information that would suggest that the person depicted here in Defendant's E is how Mr. Fisher looked back in 2013?
I know that it's him.
Did you allow Mr. Fisher to sign either your notes or your police report?
No, I did not. That is not something I would ever do.
Is there any particular reason you don't ever do that?
I have never done that unless it has been a complaining witness that I had some doubts about.
Did you pick Mr. Fisher out and not allow him to read your notes?
No.
Is it your custom that when you interview a suspect, you decide to allow them or not to allow them to sign?
We never allow a suspect to read our notes or our reports unless they go.
Okay. Next will be Q&A test number 2 at 1:20. Proper names: Tulane Medical Center, X-ray, and Dr. Green. What was the purpose of going over to the police station?
I guess they wanted to take some information from me. They took me and the other party and they gave him a citation.
When they worked up the accident, they didn't do it on the bridge. They did it over by their police station.
They did their investigation on the bridge. And after they did their investigation, they took me over to the police station.
After you finished with the police at the police station, did you go to the hospital? Were you taken to the hospital or did you go to the hospital?
No, at that time I didn't feel any pain. But when I woke up the next morning, I couldn't get out of bed.
So after the accident, did you have any pain or discomfort in your head or face from striking the window?
Yes, I had some scratches, some glass in my head, but I didn't believe it was anything.
You explained you had some glass in your head. Did you actually break the side window?
I really don't remember.
You said you were fine, except the next morning you woke up and you were in pain. Is that correct?
I couldn't get out of bed.
Tell me what your problems were the following morning.
My whole body was aching. My neck, my back, my legs, my arms, my head.
When is the first occasion that you went to see any kind of healthcare professional?
The next morning when I woke up.
Who did you go see?
I went to Tulane Medical Center.
You went to the emergency room?
Yes, sir.
What did they do for you in the emergency room that morning? Do you remember?
They examined me, and I believe they did an x-ray on me. I'm not absolutely certain, however.
Let's try to break these down a little bit. You said your head hurt the next morning. Is that correct?
Yes.
Were you having any problems associated with that? Dizziness or blurred vision or anything like that?
No, just headaches.
You think that maybe as a result of those headaches and hitting your head on the windshield, that they might have performed an x-ray.
Yes, sir.
Do you remember if anyone told you the results of it?
No, nobody told me.
Let's go with each separately. We'll begin with the neck. What kind of difficulties were you having with your neck the next morning?
I had a stiff neck.
Is that the same with your back, arms, and legs?
That's right.
Did they perform any x-rays outside of that morning?
I really don't remember.
Did they prescribe any medication for you?
I believe they have.
Was it suggested you see another physician after seeing the emergency room doctor?
Yes.
Who was the next person that you saw?
Dr. Green.
Had you been to him earlier?
No.
How was it that you wanted to see Dr. Green? Did someone recommend him or did you just select him out of the telephone book?
I just went to him.
How did you know about him?
How did I know about him? I really don't remember.
Did you visit Dr. Green that day, or was it a couple of days later?
I really don't recall.
What did Dr. Green do on that first examination when he saw you? Did he perform any kind of x-rays?
I really don't recall the first day if he performed any kind of x-rays.
In the entire time that you treated with him, did he perform? Okay. This is going to be Q&A test number 1 at 100 words a minute. Proper names: Millie, Mr. Lando, Mr. Vance, and Chase. What day was that? What day did they arrive, if you know?
It was the 2nd of August. They got there a day before we did.
Did you ask him how he tripped?
Yes, I did.
And what did he say in reply to that?
He said he had taken a fall down the steps the day before, but that he was all right. Not to worry, he said.
He just lost his balance?
No, he said his shoe got caught in a tear in the carpet that was on the stairs.
All right. What kind of shoes, if you know?
Well, I don't know. What do you mean?
Something like golf shoes or sport shoes, that type of thing?
Well, I didn't ask him. I don't know.
That's okay. Anything else that you noticed?
Well, I know that Millie was trying to get him to sit down and put his leg up.
Did he do that?
Yes, after a while he did.
Did he show you his leg at that time?
Yes, it was black and blue in 2 spots and looked very swollen in another area.
Did you say anything to him when you noticed the black and blue areas and the swollen areas?
I asked him if he went to see a doctor.
What did he say in answer to that?
He said he didn't think he needed that.
Did you notice anything about his mental attitude or any other kind of change in him that morning?
Not really. He seemed to be real cheerful when he finally sat down and put his leg up.
Happy to see you and Mr. Lando?
Sure, we always have a good time together.
Did he show you where the carpet had been torn on the steps?
Well, the bathroom is upstairs, so he just told us to watch out for the step. He had tried to put some tape across it so no one else would fall.
What kind of steps are they?
They are cement and iron with carpeting on the cement part of the stairs.
What kind of carpet, if you recall?
It is that heavy kind of all-weather carpet. You know, it is not thick and plush. It has a tight weave to it.
Do you remember which knee or which leg it was that Mr. Vance had injured?
Well, no. Let me think a little bit. I believe it was his left leg. We didn't spend a lot of time talking about it, so I can't be too sure which leg it was.
Did he stay seated the whole time you and Mr. Lando were there?
No, he got up a couple of times.
Did he limp at that time?
Yes, he did. For a little, anyway.
How much walking did he do at that time?
He just moved from the chaise to the dining table and from the dining table back to the chaise is about all.
Over what period of time?
A couple.
Okay, this will be your second Q&A test at 100 words a minute. Proper names: Greg, Sue, Bill, Tonkin, Al, Ray, Lori, Lee, Duking. There we go. How many people were at the party next door to your apartment on the night of June 14, 1990?
A lot of people. I don't know the exact number. I kept seeing people coming and people going.
And you say that Greg had asked you to leave your door open to your apartment so people could spread out.
Yeah, we was going to have the party together. I was planning on a good party, not this one.
Okay? You say that there is a hallway that separates your apartment from Greg's apartment.
Yeah, it's a pretty big hallway.
So people could be out in the hallway and still be at the party. Was that the idea?
It started out that way.
Does this hallway go to any other apartments?
One other apartment.
Who lives in that apartment?
Sue and Bill Tonkin, I think is their name.
Were they at the party as well?
No, they were gone for the weekend, so we had the whole hallway and Greg's place and my place for the party.
When did the fighting start?
It was around 11 o'clock that night. I heard some screaming from the end of the hallway.
What did you do when you heard this screaming?
I went out to the hallway to see what was going on.
What did you see?
I seen three people together and one person. Well, they were in the dark spot in the hallway, so I didn't know who it was who was there.
You could not see any faces?
No, I could kind of see hair and stuff like that.
You say you saw three people together. What happened after that?
See, it was off to the right and to the side by the breezeway, and there was, I think Al was in the middle, and his brother Ray was at the right hand side.
I'm going to point to the drawing right here.
Yeah, right about in there.
Okay, go on.
I think his sister was by his left hand side.
Do you know which sister that is?
The one with the red hair. I don't know. Her name is Lori or something like that.
I heard you say Al and then another brother. Do you know the other brother's name?
Ray is what it is.
Where was Greg during this fight?
He was kind of in front of them and he was fighting with someone else.
Greg was fighting. Tell us what happened.
I seen Greg and Lee more or less duking it out. Then they would pull back, and one of them had a knife.
Which one had the knife?
Well, I think both of them had a knife. I could see their hands out front like this, like when you have a knife and you're getting ready to use it.
What else did you see?
Well, to the right, like I told you before, there was three persons, and then what I thought was Al running. That's it, right?
Yeah.